I'm going to make a Planet Zoo series, and my goal with this series is that I'm going to make one habitat for at least one animal for every episode I make. So let's begin. So let's start with the staff building. So my idea with this staff building is that I'm going to make every single staff building into one big building, which I think is going to look a little bit cooler and not as plain as usual. The theme for these staff buildings and the first habitats I'm going to be building is Asia. So that's why I'm using the bamboo material for the walls, the windows and the doors. And for the roof I'm going to be using the hay roofs, which I think is pretty cool. Now we're finally done with the staff building, and it ended up pretty good. Not perfect, but it will do for now. So let's start looking into the animals that we're gonna use. So it's important that it's going to be Africa, Asia, or South America because it's tropical. So I'm actually gonna use, I think I'm gonna use the Blackbuck because I think it's a really cool animal. So I'm buying these, and let's begin with the habitat. So I'm actually gonna make my own fences with this habitat, and I'm going to use the same material, and that's the bamboo. So as you can see here, I'm trying to make it look a bit good, especially for the viewing that will be here, as you can see. So I decided to go with the green bamboo as like the main fence because it looks a lot better and I need a little bit of variation in my habitat. So I'm gonna use these, I don't know what they're called, but I think they look pretty good up on top of the fence, just to make it not so basic. So now I'm finally done with like the fences, and now I'm actually gonna put this invincible barrier just so the animals can't escape, and it counts as a habitat. Now I'm done with the null barriers, so I'm just gonna fill in this with some more bamboo, just like that. Now we can't forget about the staff that's going to work here. So we're going to hire a zookeeper, veterinarian, a mechanic, and a janitor. Now I'm putting one-way glass so the animals don't get scared when they see the people, because this is the first habitat, so it's going to be a lot of people there. And I'm going to set in the Blackbuck to their habitat. We're going to put a little pond in the habitat so it doesn't look so bland, and that the animals can drink. And here comes the Blackbucks as well. So I'm going to use, for the shelter for the Blackbucks, I'm going to use this Indonesian temple wall material. So I'm going to build just a simple shelter, but the plan is that the roof is not gonna look so simple. But I don't know, I don't think it ended up so good, but I think it ended up okay, I guess. Not perfect. I really didn't find anything that really fitted like the roof, so I ended up just looking like this. It ended up okay, I guess. But now we're actually gonna start with the foliage and the rocks. Now with the foliage done, I'm going to use these rocks from the blueprints that you can find in the Steam workshop, which I think fits in pretty well. So basically what I'm doing now is just to fill up the habitat with some more rocks, especially around the water and on the ground, just to give it a little bit more color. And now to make the animals a little bit more happier, I put in some enrichments like melons, a feeder, thing that you can scratch on, and a ball. The Blackbucks were not so happy about the foliage, but I just erased them and deleted them, and they were happy again. The last thing I'm going to do about this habitat is to put in some education speakers and an education board, so the visitors can learn. So now I'm going to put in some food shops and some info and a bathroom for the guests. And some benches and trash cans so they can throw their food on and just have a good time. The last thing I'm going to do is just to put some bedding into the habitat, into the shelter, so they can get up real cozy and have a good time. Now I'm finally done with the habitat. I think it ended up really good. I would give this 7 out of 10. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And please like and subscribe if you want to see more. And have a great day.